Hey everyone, this is James, the bearded conservative. I'm sure you can figure out how I got that name. Um, so, I have a lot to say, and it's out. For 9 months, the group that I'm associated with, a group of volunteers with no affiliation to any other organization, party, etc. We've been canvassing Maricopa County, and actually many of us throughout the state of Arizona, um, validating the method in which people use to vote, comparing it to those county election offices' records. Well, we've been really trying to fly underneath the radar, so we didn't have a lot of negative events because we've heard of many threats. And like I said, for 9 months we've been doing this without any issues. But Saturday, I guess our baby was born. And we were canvassing Wagner Precinct in Tempe, Arizona. And after canvassing Congresswoman Jennifer Adams, now, when I say her name, I don't know that she actually triggered this, but one of my canvassers called me up and my security team as we're driving around the area and said, "Hey, I just did Councilwoman's canvas." I said, "Oh, how'd it go?" "Oh, she was very nice, a little suspicious of us, etc." And bam, my phone with all the digital alerts within 5 minutes after hanging up with my canvasser was going off. All the tweets on the area, all the other digital communications. The word got out that we were there, and on many of these threads, it was do whatever you have to do to stop them. Okay? I would say within 20 minutes, I had many canvassers calling me up, letting me know that people were actually racing out of the door as they were walking up to the home, yelling and screaming, "You effing this, you're in the wrong effing neighborhood." I mean, just so rude. And I have to say, I finally understand when people say what entitlement is, because I heard more people call me the N word, say I am completely off my rockers, and that they know the truth about life and the election, and I need to just accept it. So, long story short, we did call the police. We reported several of the harassing incidences, especially two that involved people getting right up into other people's faces after chasing them down when they were asked to leave their property. Our canvassers said, "No problem, have a great day," and left. And then these people came chasing them down at other places in their vehicle, yelling, screaming, getting out and videotaping them on their cell phones right in their face and yelling at them. Just amazing. Just amazing how entitled these people felt, that they were responsible for stopping any sort of canvassing effort, and that they felt that we were out there to get Trump reelected. Now, please keep in mind, I'm using this analogy of 9 months. We've been, in our gestational period with our baby, and the baby now is born. But I want to touch on a couple things. So first, this is what we're doing. As private citizens, we have purposefully not joined with any other organization because we don't want to be beholden to an organization's agenda. We have not taken any funds from anyone because we don't want to be beholden to another person's agenda. We are not affiliated with any party. because we don't want to be beholden to a party's agenda. Our volunteers are Democrats, Republicans, Independents, and people that didn't even vote but want to know that those that did, that their vote matters. I personally have invested a lot of my own money, as many other people have, like in our website and stuff, to ensure that we can be organized, not to mention all the time. So that's a little bit about who we are. And many of the people in Wagner could not wrap their head about it. You know, they're like, well, this Liz Harris, she's a Republican. And I'm like, so? And you're a Democrat. And you both vote. We have this common bond as Americans, is we all vote, or have the ability to, the right to, and we want to ensure that we all have a vote that is just as valued as every other citizen. That my vote is not watered down because someone else double voted, fraudulently did other efforts, etc., or vice versa. And believe me, we're finding so much. This is not an R or a D issue. There is some systemic, holistic, fraudulent things going on, and then some very focused efforts that I don't think are specific party. It may have benefited one party this time, but it could go either way. It probably has. Anyway, so, yeah, we did call the police. We turned over all this information just so they were aware of it. On some of these Twitter feeds, I mean, they were terrible. We're going to have our dog. If they come to my door, I'm going to start blazing bullets. Really? I mean, they want to say that conservatives are these, gun-toting, whatever, and yet they're on there making threats? They're out there in our face. I have yet to have any conservative or supposed conservative that did not like Trump, and I've met several in the doors that would say, I don't like Trump, I didn't vote for him, but thanks for trying to clean up the ballots. I never had anyone get in my face and yell at me, or anyone else. And it really goes to show, when you're a 6-foot man and you're yelling and screaming and running after two little petite ladies in their 60s, that you've got just such respect for your fellow mankind, and you're such caring, loving people in Wagner Precinct. I call bullshit. Now that's the most negative thing I've said. I'm going to talk a little bit more about what we're finding, what we're asking, and then I'm going to present an offer to anyone in Wagner, technically, anyone here in Maricopa County, and I'd even extend it to other counties, but let me get there. So, we ask a couple questions. We pull up on our software the voter records for that residence. All registered voters at the time of the election. This is directly from Maricopa County Elections Office's records. Okay? We didn't make them up. We didn't pull them out of the air. It's their records. We ask, did this person reside at this home between 10/7 and 11/3/2020? Okay? Because if they did, they can legally vote. There's a couple options there other than that date period. I don't know the person. I know them, but they didn't live here. Previous homeowners, things like that. Then, if they answered number 1, that yes, they did, and only then we go to the other questions. Otherwise, if they didn't live there, that ends the survey for that person. But then we go down to the next question. Okay, Do you know what method the person voted? And the options are essentially mail-in ballot, dropped off at a polling place, which is a mail-in ballot, dropped off in a drop-off box, which is a mail-in ballot, voted early in person, voted on election day. I don't know how they voted because maybe they just don't know, or they did not vote. That's it. Then we ask the third question: did that voter receive any mail-in ballots? Now, if they voted by mail-in, they should have received at least one. You'd be amazed how many people will hear, "Oh yeah, I got two or three." Um, then we ask another question: did you receive mail-in ballots for anyone that does not reside here? Then we ask what they did with them. If they still have them, we'll ask if we can take a picture of them. But other than that, that's it. We stop that one, we go to the next record. Um, the person, and I won't say KT's name, but if you're watching this, Mr. KT at the corner of, no, I won't go that far, appeared to, from what I heard of our recorded efforts, canvassers and so forth, that he was pretty nice through the first two voter record surveys, and then they mentioned a third name, and the guy just went belligerent. Which, why would you go belligerent if you want to ensure that your vote matters? Why would you go belligerent if they mention a voter name unless you knew that that voter didn't exist or something about that voter? I'm just throwing that out there. So anyway, that's basically what we ask. We compile all this data. We compare it to Maricopa County's elections office records, and we share it with those that need to know. Now that our baby's been born, in full transparency, we want to celebrate the birth of our baby, our canvassing efforts, which, by the way, are not sanctioned by President Karen Fann. I'm sure she would love to have an official canvassing effort, but there's been a lot of threats from the Democrats and the DOJ and so forth. So I invite President Karen Fann, if you would like our data, if you'd like any information from me directly, please reach out to me if you haven't already. And carte blanche, full transparency. Now here's the offer. If you live in Wagner and you really want to know the truth, if you live in Maricopa and you really want to know the truth, if you live out of Maricopa, out of state, and you really want to know the truth, reach out to me. Depending on how many people actually do, and you can reach out through crimeofthecentury2020.com on any one of our pages. Like if you go to, let me check that link. Okay, I just wanted to make sure I was giving you the right link. If you go to crimeofthecentury2020.com and you click on Get Involved, on that page is a general contact form. It goes directly to me and me alone. Just put in there what you want, why you're inquiring, and I will get back to you. But this is the offer. I will pair you up or put you with one of our canvassing teams, or I personally will take you out there with our canvassing effort, and you can observe, like go with one of the teams and listen to what they are asking, watch the process, and then go for one, multiple houses for the day. We don't care, provided that you remain silent, like our second partner of the team that you just observed. And then afterwards, I will show you what we see. I will pull up those houses you went to, and I will show you the variance between what Maricopa County election offices data said, the method that voter used to vote versus what they're saying at the door. It becomes very amazing when you start seeing people say, I don't know the person. I've lived in this house since 1963. And Maricopa County is showing John Doe voted from this address, was registered at this address, and voted this time. Oh, and better yet, by the way, they're no longer on the voting rolls because they erased them after the election. Wonder how that happened. Anyway, back to the offer. I will show you on some of those houses that you went to, that you heard what was asked, what we captured. Of course, you should know that. And what actually we're extracting from that data. In exchange, what I would like from you is to sit there and allow me to do a quick little, YouTube-like video that we'd like, and you can just say who you are. If you want to say your political preference or why you did this, we don't care. But I'd like you to say in your own words, share your experience. Nothing real fancy, etc. But especially if you're from Wagner, I want you people to know that we're out there trying to protect your vote, because your vote matters just as much as our vote, just as much as every other citizen's vote matters. So again, the offer is, please contact me through crimeofthecentury2020.com on our Get Involved form there, and I will reach out to you personally. We will take you out with us. You will be treated with the utmost respect, just like everyone else. You will, see what we ask on the doors, what we do, and I will show you, for those doors you went, the exact data collected and what Maricopa County Board of Elections is saying, the comparison. And then I want to further challenge you to do a quick little clip with me on this, share, so we can share your experience, and then I would not be amazed if you didn't actually want to join our efforts. I don't see how one could have their eyes opened up, descaled, as since the baby's born. Why you could not celebrate the birth of this baby when you realize this baby is who it is. It's the truth. Anyway, that's my offer. I'm James, the Bearded Conservative, part of this grassroots effort linked to crimeofthecentury2020.com, and I'd love to have you reach out to me, and open-minded, and we'll show you what we're doing. Hey, thank you, everyone. You have a great day. I know this recording was a little long, but I really thought it important to cover.